I think I'm live now. Hi guys, is anyone here yet? Comment in the chat if you can see me or if you're here, if I'm alone. That's cool. I got questions to answer whether or not I'm alone. Also, I'm really not alone because I got my dog here. He's so sleepy. He's so sleepy. He's terrible at Q&As. Yay! Hi, Aria. Yeah, I'm not alone. Unless it's just, me and a bunch of creepers who don't comment. That's okay. I'm a creeper, though, I'm a creeper myself. Aria, since you're here, I'm going to answer your question. I just yelled to Eric. I was like, Eric, what's the weirdest food you ate in China? And I wrote some down myself. And so Aria asked the question on the Fearless Fam Facebook community, which if you are not on there, you should be. I'll put a link in the chat in just a second. Her question was, what's the weirdest food that I ate in China? Oh, hi, Mariah. Hi, Becca. Hi, Survival. Hi, Survival. I'm going to guess that's not your first name. Yeah, so the weirdest food I ate in China. This is Aria's question. Pretty much just intestines in general. I feel like Americans are not used to, eating other parts of the animal besides, thighs, breast, what else is there? Wing, with a chicken, for example. I was once served up a whole chicken that I actually saw, be slaughtered. So that was one of the weirder things I've eaten, but shockingly, that wasn't the weirdest. I even ate, a little piece of, that little gobbler thing that hangs down on chickens. I've eaten... Eric's tried lung for sure. I've tried a lot of weird intestines. Oh, hi, Thandi. Oh my gosh, what time is it in Beijing? Or you're not in Beijing. What time is it in Changsha right now? And then let's see. So the whole chicken was a little strange. But the actual weirdest thing I ever ate in China was in Beijing, near Hohai Lake, when Eric and I were just visiting Beijing. So we were walking around all the touristy areas. We were looking for food, and we found this restaurant that just looked good. We didn't really know what they had, but it smelled good, and it looked good, and it was busy. So we walked on in. We really didn't know what was going on, and everybody was staring, which is a little strange for Beijing, especially in the tourist areas. You get stared at, but, Beijing people are used to foreigners, at this point. It's a pretty big city. So we walk in, everyone's staring at us, and we're like, why are they all staring at us? And we order some dumplings, and then one of their most popular item, which is this soup. I'm not sure if it was a blood soup. I don't think it was. I think it was just an intestine soup. So it was pig intestine soup. That was the weirdest thing I ate in China. And I even ate a cricket. Remember the fried cricket that I tried on this skewer at Wangfujing Night Market? I'll try to remember to link that in the chat also. That was weird, but not as weird as the intestine soup. So yeah. Okay, we got more people. Wow, first time I'm commenting on a live chat. I'm so honored. Usually I'm a creeper too. I was actually just on Psycho Traveler's live chat recently, and someone was someone said something about, oh, no. She said, Lauren, how long have you been here for? Because she knows me. And I was like, I've been here for a long time, even though I hadn't. I was just messing with her. And I told her I was creeping. And then all these other people commented, I'm creeping too. Because apparently tons of people just watch live streams and never comment, of course, because I do the same thing. I usually don't comment. Hi, Ida. And Mariah working. Oh, Mariah, you work at a school, right? And then, 4 a.m.? What are you doing? You're crazy. Next time I do a live stream, let's do it a little later in the day. Maybe I could do it in the evening with a glass of wine, and we can have chats with wine. That sounds fun. And then it'll be a respectable time for you, Thandi. It'll be 8 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. Okay, another question that I got recently was, how did I manage the transition going from the apartment in Nanjing to the apartment in Beijing? Because if you guys have watched all of my videos, or if you watched, any Nanjing videos where we were actually living there, you probably saw the apartment. I didn't do like a full-on tour. I do have a like Nanjing apartment tour blog post, so you can see pictures of what it looked like. But that apartment was very modern, and the apartment in Beijing was very not modern and very crappy. And so the transition was definitely a little hard. But I guess, so they were like, I'm so curious, how did you manage that transition going from like a nice apartment to a really bad apartment? To be honest, I've lived in a lot of places in my life, and that place in Beijing was by far the worst one. The way I managed it was because I fell in love with Beijing before we even got there. I knew that I didn't want to spend a ton of time in my apartment. So I really didn't care that much that the apartment was going to be like really crappy. Plus, on top of that, I knew I was only going to be there for, what was like 4 months or something like that. And the location was really more important to me than the quality of the apartment. Gandhi, yes, please. Okay, we'll do an evening. We'll do next live stream is going to be little wine chats or beer chats. I don't know. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Last night, it was wine. Usually it's beer. Let's see. Sam, hi! 8 a.m. in New Zealand. That's a respectable time, but thank you for waking up early. That's awesome. Or maybe you always wake up early. I don't know. You're headed to Nanjing in August to live there. What? How long are you going to live there for? Also say hi to Nanjing for me, because it's beautiful. And you're going in August. Let's see. So it's going to be like blazing hot when you get there, but it will get better. Don't worry. When we were in Beijing, or no, so we traveled during a lot of July. So we like lived in Nanjing through, I think it was mid-July. And then we traveled in July to a bunch of different countries, and we came back to Nanjing to get our stuff and then move up to Beijing. And when we were there, it was like early August, and it was the evening. So we didn't get in. I mean, we had missed a train. We had a like delayed flight, missed a train, all this stuff. It was really annoying. So we ended up getting into Nanjing at like 9 or 10 at night. And it was like 90 degrees, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like over 30 degrees Celsius in the evening. Like it had been dark for hours, and it was like 30 degrees Celsius, above 30 in the night. So all I'm saying is when you first get there, prepare for intense heat, and then it will get better, I promise you. Let's see. Hi, Kevin. You're in China. What city in China are you in? It sounds like we've got at least 3 people. Wait, no. Sam is not in China yet. He's headed to China. We got Thandi in Changsha. I'm probably saying that very wrong, so I apologize. And Kevin, what city are you in? Becca, what is your absolute favorite food ever? First thing that pops in my head, fresh spring rolls. I don't know what it is. I love fresh spring rolls. Not the fried, obviously not the fried ones, like not the Filipino style, Chinese style kind of spring rolls. The like fresh Vietnamese spring rolls. Those are my favorite for sure. With some kind of like yummy dipping sauce. I love like a peanut dipping sauce. So good. I used to make those for myself like once a week when we first moved into this house. And it's so much work that I kept ending up eating at like 11 at night. And so, because it took so long to cut everything small and fold it all up carefully. So, I stopped doing that every week, but I should have some soon. Tonight we're grilling chicken. Kevin is in Shenzhen. That's awesome. I hear that's a great place. I've never been. Shenzhen, I feel like really dumb asking this, but isn't that like kind of between Nanjing and Shanghai? Or am I no, I'm thinking of Suzhou. Shenzhen's down south in Guangdong province. There we go. Let's see. We got RCM Pianist. Hi. Hi back at you. Do you guys have any questions? Are there any questions that you have wanted to ask or considered asking? I can answer them for you. Otherwise, I'm going to go grab those things that I'm going to taste in just a minute. Oh, I'm going to add a few things to the chat. I said I was going to add the Wang Fu night market video. One sec. In the meantime, though, you guys should comment your first name and what city you are in right now. Like, what city are you talking to me from? Let's see. Oh, this is taking night market. I'm like searching for my own video. I ate bugs, that's what it's called. Did you guys hear that little whine? Okay. Me eating crickets. Abe is whining behind me. Okay, let's see. Maddie, hi again, Maddie. You are commenting from Denmark, 10 p.m. in Denmark. That's awesome. Do you watch Lena around also? Just got home from the visa center, managed to hand in my visa for China after an hour of reprinting, paper filling, and panic. Oh my gosh, I do not miss the whole process of like the visas and residence permits. That whole process became like nightmarish a few times for us, but I feel like that's how it is for everyone. I occasionally get these panicked emails from people that are like, please help me, I don't know what I'm doing. And I assume that they've like emailed every China blogger out there at that point. They're just desperate. Because I don't know much about that stuff. Eric actually handled a lot of that, and he was in a school program, so they handled a lot of it as well. But the residence permits, that's like going to the DMV, so that's why it's frustrating. The employees do not care. Okay. Aria says, you should make a video on how to make spring rolls. I'd love to make them. Okay, sure, let's do it. And I want to like learn how to make them traditionally, because I never put in those little like rice noodle things, which I want to because it gives it a nicer texture. But I always just make them without whatever like veggies I have that are about to go bad. I just throw them in and like roll them up. But it would be fun to make it into like a cooking around the world video and make it like a traditional like Vietnamese fresh spring roll. So thank you. I'm definitely, why don't I write that down right now before I forget? Hold on. Fresh spring roll video. This is great. Anyone else have any video ideas? Let's brainstorm together. We're in a meeting. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's see. Where are you guys from? We got Maddie in Denmark. We got Kevin in Shenzhen. I'm so sorry that I've mispronounced Chinese cities so often. It's so hard to pronounce them. Aria's in St. Louis. St. Louis. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you were telling me about the arch and stuff. I was like, why do I feel like I talked to someone from St. Louis? Oh, because it was you. Hi, Aria. Rebecca in Houston, Texas. And yes, please do a spring roll video. Nice. Becca is like really good at cooking stuff. She like makes all kinds of food. She'd probably be like, oh, I'm not good, but no, you're good, Becca. I haven't even tried your food. I already trust it. I would eat anything you made. Okay, Survival. What is your first name, by the way, Survival? I'm just going to call you Survival. Let's call you Sir. No, you're probably a girl, huh? Okay, anyways, have you seen many black people in China? I am in London. Yes, we do see black people in China. And you know, Thandi is from South Africa. She's a black woman living in China currently. So she would definitely like be able to chat with you more about what that experience is like from a personal perspective. And if not, there are so many other people out there online too that are black and in China and blogging or just writing or sharing their experiences. Have I seen many black people? I would not say many, but probably, I mean, maybe equal to the number of white people I see in China, or maybe like a little bit less. I'm not really sure. I did speak to, let's see, I've met people from like all over Africa, I believe. I know I met someone from the Congo, the DRC, if you want to get all official about it. And I know I met someone from Nigeria. But yeah, there are definitely black people in China. It's a different experience, though. I think that, like, depending on how you wear your hair, a lot of time that natural hair look really attracts attention. So I know that, like, Thandi was saying her son always gets his hair, like, touched by Chinese people because they're curious about your hair. And so that can probably get a little old after a while. But I mean, it's all the typical stuff where like you are just not Chinese, so you're going to have people wanting to get your picture, be in a picture with you, ask you all kinds of questions, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be kind of a celebrity-ish. Get ready. It's fun though. It is fun for a little bit. Marissa is also in Houston. Let's see, we got Ida from a small town called Amal in Sweden. I probably said that wrong, huh? It's probably like something really beautiful sounding. Mariah is in Kingman. Next week you'll be in Vegas. Oh, I love Vegas. I met my husband there. If you guys haven't heard the story of how I met my husband in Vegas, you should definitely go watch it. It's on my channel. I uploaded that, I think, a couple weeks ago. Thandi is in Changsha. Let's see. Ante. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to live in Nanjing. Oh my gosh, why are there so many people moving to Nanjing? Ante. Oh, you should talk to Sam Graham earlier up in the chat. If you scroll up, he's moving to Nanjing too. Any tips on what restaurants we should go to? My favorite restaurant in Nanjing. Okay, maybe not my favorite, but a great one to start with is, and it's a little on the pricier side as far as like Chinese pricing goes, but it would be like a normal like meal in America for me. Nanjing Impressions, that's the name in English. I actually don't know the name in Chinese, but it's in Zifeng Tower Mall, I think. Is it in the mall? Yeah, it's in the mall. If you go like up the escalator, I think it's like 2 or maybe 3 times there's a restaurant up there, and that's what, it's so good. It's really, really good. I tried so many like local Nanjing foods there, which is why I liked it. But in the Gulo district, I have a couple places that became like my go-to, and my absolute favorite, hands down, I don't know why it ended up being this one, but we used to get this like big pork noodle soup bowl thing. Like, I don't even know, I'm not really selling this well, but the sign outside says like duck blood soup or something in Chinese, but their pork noodles and their xiaolongbao is really good, like really good. Super mom and pop, teeny little place tucked away. You sit on like a tiny stool, and you know, they have like the semi-clean chopsticks on the counter, all that kind of stuff. And they make their own hot sauce. I actually brought some of that hot sauce back with me to America too, because it was so good. Oh, your first name is Survival? What? That's so cool. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. So on to, oh, Angela from Mexico. That's awesome. I got to walk around Beijing with a girl from Mexico at one point, and it was really fun to meet her and hear about like the different perspectives. Like, obviously America to China is different. Any Western country to China is different, but like each country, you know, depending on what country you're from, you have a different experience, so it's fun. And yes, Thandi, I definitely agree with you. That residence permit process is 100% the worst. There was one time where I sat there and I ate an entire McDonald's meal because I thought I was going to have time to go get lunch afterwards, but no. I had to run out, go get McDonald's, run back, and eat McDonald's. Yeah. And for the record, I'm not really a big fan of McDonald's. Just because I'm American does not mean I'm like really into McDonald's. Ooh, Aria, I like your question. Have you ever had a paranormal encounter? I don't believe so. I think I would know if I did. Personally, no, I don't think I have. But I am not against the idea of all that stuff. I'm very curious about it. I really want to go to like more haunted places. But the thing is I'm also like, I have anxiety, so I always feel like I'm gonna get like jumped on and like murdered, or some ghost is gonna whisper something to me and they're like gonna like attack me when I get out of the shower. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of paranormal encounters in my head, like imaginary ones, but I've never had a real one. Thandi. Oh, it's old by now. He tells everyone to stop touching his hair now. Haha, funniest thing. I bet he knows how to say it in Chinese too, huh? If you missed that, so Thandi's son has like big hair, and he's South African. I'm assuming at least half South African, because Thandi's South African. But he gets his hair touched a lot in China, and so I'm wondering, does he know how to say like "don't touch my hair" in Chinese? Because he's only 3, right? That sounds like so cute. Honestly, I love hearing like little kids speak any language besides English. Their cute little tiny voices are so adorable. Maddie, you should be the tourism ambassador of Nanjing. I love that. Oh, speaking of more Nanjing restaurants and things, there is a really good Peking duck place. I know Nanjing isn't what you think of when you think of duck, but the duck there is really good. Such a Chinese place too. You like get shuffled around from the second you walk in. They made us like switch tables once. I was just laughing. People are like smoking cigarettes in the, right in front of a sign that says like no smoking. And it's a nice place. And their stuff is all clean too. Like when you go to a nicer place like that, a lot of times you walk in and all the like bowls, like all your like cutlery and like your food, your dishes and stuff is all like plastic wrapped to show you that it's clean. It's really interesting. And then as soon as you open it, they charge you for it. It's like on the receipt, you'll see like 1 kwai for, like for dishes or for cutlery or whatever, like just for using their stuff. Very interesting. Angela, I'll have to try all those things. You're very welcome. Hope I find some Mexican expats. I hope you do too. I'm sure you will. I found so many expats from different places all over. The easiest way to meet expats in Nanjing, for sure, go to Brussels. Very simple way to meet expats. Oh, also there's like this, I don't know if he still does it, but there's on the Nanjing University campus, there's a guy who hosts like a public weekly dance thing, or maybe it's daily, I don't know. But he's from America for sure. And I think a lot of expats come and do that class. And then it's a bunch of like, the older Chinese ladies who are used to doing all the public dancing and all that kind of stuff. It's fun. Oh, ZZ44, P. Do you like how Trump is... Oh, first of all, love the poop emoji, so thanks for that. Do you like how Trump is doing? No. I'm going to leave it at that. A very firm no. If you're curious about how I feel about Trump deep down, you can go watch the video of me reacting to the election results. I was in Beijing when that happened. It was like a couple days before I was headed back to America. And I cried a lot in that video. Aria, have you ever pulled a prank on someone? I used to be quite a prankster in college. One time, this is the highlight for sure. One time, there's this whole joke with some people in my freshman dorm like hallway with a pancake. So we had pancakes. We all got together and made pancakes one morning randomly. So we had these leftover pancakes, right? So I thought it was funny to prank this guy and slip the pancake underneath his door. This is a guy that my friend was dating or like flirting with. I don't know. They're not dating anymore. So I slipped a pancake under his door. He knew exactly who put that under his door. So he went and slipped it back under my door. Then I used a thumbtack and thumbtacked it to his door. So he did the same. Then, he was not expecting this, I mailed him the pancake. I put that thing in the mail. We had student boxes, and it was right before our break. So I put it in the mail like right before he was going to be away from campus for like a whole week. So he said when he came back, he opened his mailbox and he's like, what is this weird package? Oh, it's that pancake. And it was like moldy and hard and like disgusting. And he wrote for the student newspaper, so he actually wrote an article, like a really funny editorial kind of piece on the pancake situation. It was really funny. So yeah, I mailed the guy a pancake. Has someone pulled a prank on you? Probably. Yeah, I'm sure. We've done all kinds of stuff. My friends, it's really in college, like all the friends pranked each other. One time we wrapped all my friends' stuff in newspaper. One time we saran wrapped someone's bed and then sprayed the whipped cream all over the top of it. That seems really mean now that I'm looking back on it. I'm going to stop there. Valeria, hi! Valeria, you are in El Paso, right? Am I remembering that? Hi, Valeria from Aria and Mariah. That's awesome. Marissa, I was surprised how much I love the Peking duck in Nanjing. The food all around is just delicious there. Agreed. I ate so much good food in Nanjing. Oh my gosh. I just keep thinking of all the yummy things I ate there. Rain Jules. Hi, I'm a new fan, but just wanted to say hi. Hi, welcome! Welcome to the Fearless fam. Don B. He says it in English, but his facial expressions say it all. He sort of swats their hands away. He's half black and half white, all South African. He says it in English. Little kids don't really need words a lot of the time, huh? They just like push each other where they want each other to be. Just nope. Oh, that's really funny. Really funny. Ida dying laughing at the pancake. Glad you liked it. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, one more thing that I have in my little notes that I forgot to. I don't know why, but last night I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, there's one more thing I forgot to add to that hashtag thanks anxiety video. And something that I did for like probably 10 years. This is a little crazy, you guys. I don't do it anymore. I just stopped doing this like maybe a year ago, probably less than that. I used to, before I went to sleep every night, I'm a side sleeper, so I'll be like, sleep on my side. Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna sleep on this side, right? So then I would take my hair and I would put it over my ear, but like my hair would be down. I'd put it over my ear and try to cover my ear with my hair because I was super anxious about the idea of any kind of bugs crawling in my ear. It freaked me out because I read an article literally one time. I don't even think I read the article. I'm pretty sure I read like the headline. And just after reading that headline about how bugs can crawl in your ears when you're sleeping, from then on I was scarred. And every single night for like years and years, I would always be sure to cover my hair before I go to bed. Those weird like anxiety rituals are so funny. And like I feel like so many of them are related to like going to bed. Genevieve! Hi! Genevieve's my friend who lives in Paris. We went to high school together. You and Laurent are like the only ones who have written on that brick wall still in this house. And who knows how much longer we'll be in this house for. If you subscribe to my newsletters, you know what I mean by that. And if you don't, I guess I can put sorry, I'm just retying the bun. I guess I can put the link so that you guys can see the whole newsletter in this chat if you're curious. Let me get that pulled up. Genevieve, what time is it in Paris right now? I could Google it, but it's quicker if I just ask you. Plus, that's the whole fun of live streams, right? Okay, let's see. Survival. I need your wallpaper. It's actually not wallpaper. It's a tapestry. Here, let me show you. So it's just like hanging. You guys see that? Oh! It's just a tapestry hanging up. And actually, we were going to, oh, there's our router and stuff up there. We were going to use this wallpaper to cover up some like hideous mirrored walls in the house. And it didn't work for that purpose, so this kind of just became my video background. And I am sitting on the floor right now. Some people are like, what an interesting bedspread you have. And they think I'm like laying down while I film my videos. No, I'm sitting on the floor. Aria, I actually just pulled a prank on my friend 2 days ago. I made her believe I was engaged. And you're only 18, right? Whew, that's a little early. I mean, it's okay. You never know when you're going to meet the one. But it's a little early. Valeria in El Paso. Aww. Valeria, how did it go when you suggested that your work start doing live streams for your new campaign? Question. Angela, when you were teaching, when was I teaching? I taught in Nanjing from like, I want to say like March all the way through June of last year. How does it work? Do I need a visa? No, it was a volunteer. So my situation was very unique. It was a volunteer position, like a one-on-one thing where like, it was just a friendship that I had, or like really a networking kind of a thing I had. So it was a friend of a teacher of Eric reached out to me and asked if I could teach English to their kids. And so it was a volunteer position. I was on an S1 visa, so I told them I cannot get paid. I'm not allowed to work. It's just volunteer. Yeah, just a volunteer situation. I do hear quite often from expats who do either one-on-one tutoring or teaching small groups of people and getting paid for it, like under the table in cash. I'm just telling you, I've heard that happening a lot, and it's pretty it's a lot more casual than you would expect. But for me, I'm already anxious just about I was anxious about using VPN in China, and then to like go against what was on my visa would have been like too much for me. So I kept it to a volunteer thing. But yeah, if you teach English to a bigger group, then you would need a visa. So I didn't change my visa. I had the same one. I just didn't get paid. Brick wall, oh geez. 10:30 p.m. What you doing up still, girl? I'm just kidding. Oh, I was gonna send you guys a link to my newsletter. It'll kind of explain what went on in April, and then also what is coming next. For example, why we will not be in this house forever. May newsletter. There you go. Oh, let me also link you guys that this tapestry, because it's not very expensive. It came super fast too. It's on Amazon. What is it on Amazon, you guys? Let's see. Oh, does anyone have any guess as to what I'm tasting today? It's not food. It's also not alcoholic. Tapestry. This is a big tapestry too, just so you know. I think it's only like $10. Ooh, we only paid $10 for this? I think I paid more than 10. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Tapestry. Cool. Okay. Valeria, oh my god, LOL, I pictured you filming while laying down. Can you, like, where would I even put the camera? Like, am I gonna, oh yeah, I just hang my camera from my ceiling, you know, just installed like a nice rig to hang from the ceiling to film straight down on me while I lay down. I don't think that'd work very well. Lisa, darn, I'm late. My class was running late. Lisa, that is A-okay. Ask all the questions you like. Still open for questions. And I haven't even done the tasting yet. Actually, I'm going to go get it before I forget. Before it gets too late. So, excuse me. Would you like... Ooh, that got booby for a second. Here, Abe will keep you company. One moment, please. One moment, please. Oh, good. Abe, you got to talk to our friends. You gotta talk to our friends. They need entertainment. Can you entertain them, please? Oh, hey, can I also have a kiss? Thank you. Oh, you're not doing a very good job entertaining them. Okay, I'm back. 1 second, please. Are you all dizzy now? Hey, Abe. Mariah says hi. He's waiting to hear the word coming. I can't say it out loud, or else he'll know exactly what's happening. But if you say someone's name, and then you say that special word, then he knows exactly what's going to happen. He runs straight to the door. My bun is not staying today. What breed is Abe? That's a great question. So we got Abe when he was only 8 weeks old from the San Francisco SPCA. They had no idea what breed he was. He was just with a brother who actually really doesn't look much like him, so we were a little skeptical if they were actually brothers. But their best guess, and this is a horrible guess, on his paperwork, half the paperwork says shepherd mix, and half the paperwork says retriever mix. So we don't actually know. My personal guess, I think that he's got some boxer in him. I think he's got some shepherd in him, and I think he's got some pit bull in him. That's like my only guess. But yeah, if you guys have a guess as to what breed Abe is, let me know. Lisa, are you meeting Lena when she comes to California? Yes, she might be staying with me. I'm so excited. Yeah, Lena and I are actually chatting back and forth, and I think she's going to come stay with me when she comes and visits. I'm not sure if I'll be on this side of the bay. We're not really sure. Read the newsletter. Just posted it up there. And also, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, let me give you the link for that too. Hold on. Anyways, Lena and I have been talking back and forth, trying to figure out what we want to do around the Bay Area. There was talk of riding horses, but I am it's been a very, very long time since I rode horses, so I'm a little skeptical. And she's from Denmark, and she's from an area of Denmark where, like, horses are very common to own. I'm not from a place where horses are commonly owned. Okay, where's my newsletter? Okay, I don't even know how to find the link to sign up for my newsletter. That's probably not a good sign. Oh, here we go. Nope. Copy link. Oh, gosh, hold on, guys. Trying to get you the link to sign up to the newsletter. Well, this is good that now I know it's hard to find the link to my newsletter. I feel like the worst blogger ever right now. Okay. Let me find you the link. Okay. Lists. Link. Sign up forms. Link. Nope. Why is this so hard? Settings. Guys, okay. Every day we struggling. Oh, I found it. Whew. I gotta fix my website so that it's easier to sign up. Wow, that took a long time. Sign up for newsletters here. There you go. Okay. Anyways, so Lena and I are planning trips. Yes, that's happening. There was talk of us going to VidCon together. Why didn't that work? Oh, it won't let me link the newsletter thing to you guys. Let me see. Yeah, we were going to go to VidCon, and then I decided that I'm not going to go to VidCon this year. There you go. That's how you sign up. Click that link above to sign up for my newsletter. There you go. Okay, yeah. So Lena's gonna come. I know she's going to like LA area, and she's probably gonna be going to VidCon. I don't think I'm gonna go. And then she is gonna come up to Northern California. We're gonna explore like San Francisco and like some pretty areas of the Bay together, and she's probably gonna stay with me. So it'll be really fun. Okay, let's see. Are you ever gonna go back to China? If so, when? I am going to go back to China someday. I don't know when. Not yet, at least. Marissa. Definitely going to keep up with the newsletter. Awesome! Be sure to click the link that I finally found and put down below. Let's see. Valeria, what's your next overseas trip? Overseas. So I'm going to... This hair's bothering me. I'm going to guess... There's been talk of us maybe going to Mexico soon, but I don't think you would call it overseas, because that's just a different country. Overseas, it's hard to say. Here's why I'm hesitating. We don't really have any like plans right now that we're putting in stone beyond like June, because of the information in the newsletter. So go read the newsletter, and that'll answer all your questions about like why we're not like really planning any trips yet. Basically, we need to wait like just a couple more weeks even, and we'll have more answers and more ability to make plans for future travel. But Eric and I both love traveling, so that's not going to stop for sure. It's just that we're still in like the transitional phase of like we just moved here. He's trying to get into his career and all that, so we just need to wait and see. Okay, let's see. Rashid, hi, how are you? I'm doing great, actually. It's a really beautiful sunny day here. And that answers someone else's question. Top bun, hot there? Yes, it is a hot day. Also, my hair's kind of dirty, and I've been busy all morning, so I just kind of threw it up. but it's probably like 75 right now, like Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to 75 today. It's pretty sunny. It's very nice out. And I'm going to be grilling too, like out on the grill outside. I'm cooking outside. I only do that on sunny days. Let's see. What is a super chat? A super chat is like this thing where I feel like I shouldn't even answer this question because I don't fully know. It was like, do you want to allow people to do super chats? I'm like, well, they can kind of do whatever they want. So sure, I guess. But super chats are like, I think it's a thing more for bigger YouTubers. So people where like you might be talking in the chat and they won't see what you write. But a super chat you have to pay for. And so then they'll definitely see it because it gets put in the like different super chat board, like forum or something. So I enabled it on my channel, but I'm definitely not expecting you guys to do a super chat. Valeria, ooh, Mexico, yes. Beaches, yes, beaches. Always yes, beaches. Going to Seattle. Any recommendations? I've been to Seattle and Vancouver. I'm assuming you're talking about BC, not Vancouver, Washington. Vancouver, BC, been to, and Seattle, been to many, many times. But, okay. I'm going to give you some Seattle recommendations and some Vancouver recommendations in just a minute. I got to do this tasting while these are cold. All right, you guys ready? Let's do a tasting. So I'm gonna see the chat, but I'm gonna come back to any questions you post. So if you post a question, that's cool. I'll come back to it at the very end. But you should definitely comment on what you think's going on. So, what do you think this is? Looks like coconut water, huh? Oh, it's not coconut water. This is Cali water. I had never seen this before. So it calls itself cactus water. And I just recently went to Arizona and became very fascinated by cacti. So this definitely caught my eye in the store. So it says cactus water, wild prickly pear. It says it's non-GMO. I think the packaging is super cute. It's got all this like little graphics and stuff on it. The ingredients is really what I was most curious about. So the ingredients, so this is a little less like legit as far as, like a coconut water is the liquid straight out of a coconut. This isn't like they squeeze out a cactus and this is the water that comes out. This is water mixed with cactus puree. So I'm gonna guess it's pink or like a reddish kind of a tone. Prickly pear cactus puree. Although, you know what? It could be basically if it's got a red tint to it, it's from the fruit. If it's got a green tint to it, it's from the plant. But what do I know? So the ingredients are water, prickly pear cactus puree, cane sugar, lemon juice, natural flavors. I just usually skip over that word. That doesn't mean anything to me. And prickly pear cactus extract. And it's from LA. Oh, and there's only 35 calories in the whole thing. So it really intrigued me for sure. And I recently cooked with cactus too. So go check that video out. Okay, let's see. I can't really... It smells super sweet. Okay, I want to get a glass so I can see what color these waters are. That's always fun. Hold on. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, my grandparents live in Arizona. I've had cactus salad. It was so good. That's so funny. I feel like everyone who tries like nopales or like a nopal salad, like a cactus salad, they're either like, it's really not for me, or they're like, oh my gosh, I love it. There's like no in between. Okay. That's pretty boring. It just looks like lemonade. It's like a cloudy lemonade. Okay. Smells sweet. kind of weird. Like, it's got this yummy, like, almost like earthy. I just realized as much as I pour in here, that's how much I'm gonna have to drink. It's got like this earthiness to it, or like a plant flavor, like that cactus flavor. But the most obvious flavor to it is that it tastes like someone put stevia in water. That's all it tastes like. With like a weird, almost like nutty flavor. Gets better when you keep drinking it. It's not as refreshing as coconut water. This is not about to replace my coconut water anytime soon. It's actually got kind of a dry aftertaste, which is ironic because this is supposed to be like super refreshing. It's Cali water. You'd think water would be more refreshing, right? Not this one. This isn't that refreshing. Honestly, there's like this weird flavor to it that I can't quite put my finger on, and I'm gonna guess that's the cactus. I want to go to Anacortes. Where do you live, ZZ44? Anacortes is beautiful. I just laughed because I don't really often hear people say, I want to go to Anacortes. And Genevieve is probably laughing her head off right now. Because Genevieve grew up in Anacortes with me. I don't know. It doesn't have very strong flavor, but it shouldn't, I guess, right? Because it's kind of a waterish thing. Lisa, may be good in a smoothie. It might be. To be honest, though, I think that I wouldn't put it in my smoothie just because I don't ever put any kind of like water or ice in my smoothies because I don't like how it like waters down the flavor. And this would definitely water down the flavor. I think any other fruit you mix with this is probably going to be like going to overpower the flavor of this. Interesting. Probably would not recommend. On a scale of 1 to 10, I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it was probably too much. I think I probably paid like $2.99, which is like too much money for this kind of thing, but I had to try it. I would say I give it a 6. The next one I'm much more excited about, though. Aria says, have you ever tried carbonated water? For some reason, I can't stand it. I hate sparkling water. I don't know why. I really don't know why. If I'm at a restaurant with people, you know, and they're like, I don't know why they would say this, but I've been in a couple restaurants, you know, where they're like, would you prefer flat or sparkling water? And I always want to be the person who's like, I don't really care, order whatever. Like, we can go with sparkling if you want it. But it is like one of the few things that I'm like, I hate sparkling water. I hate it. I think it's because if something is going to be carbonated, I want it to be sweet, and it's just water, so it's like really confusing to my palate. I don't know. Ben, hi Lauren, I've always been a huge fan of your channel. Hi Ben, that's awesome. I'm glad you're part of the Fearless fam. I almost said welcome to the Fearless fam, but I guess you've been in it for a while. I grew up in Nanjing and spent my 16 years of childhood there, and now working in San Francisco. That's crazy! Whoa, what part? Are you in the financial district or like Soma? I feel like 50% of people that work in San Francisco work in one of those two districts. I'm just curious. And yeah, Genevieve, that's true. Anacortes is good for visiting. Okay, next item. Well, this is the last one, actually. So the last thing I'm tasting today is maple water. And this one is very intriguing to me because it also has very low calories, so it's 30 calories in the whole thing. And this is straight from a maple tree. So the only ingredient in this entire bottle is organic maple water. It says, you're holding one of nature's masterpieces, pure maple water straight from the tree. It's refreshing, hydrating, and naturally nutritious with a subtle hint of maple. Created in a tree and not in a lab. So this is actually like from a maple tree, like tapped out of a maple tree. So this kind of seems like a coconut water alternative, or maybe it's better than coconut water. I don't know, but I'm really excited to try this one. Oh, interesting. Sugars. Apparently this has less sugar than coconut water. It's dairy-free, vegan, of course. And it has a bunch of manganese, which is good for health. I don't know. Okay, let's see. It says, twist to open. Oh, that came off nicely. Oh, does this bother anybody else? I'm like, why? I'm making sure to shake it because I'm sure you're supposed to. Oh, that came up really easy. Look. Oh, it has a foil thingy on it. Oh, this is so fancy. Ben works in mid-market. Oh, mid-market street. I'm gonna guess you take the BART. Okay. It smells really good. Also, just for the record, you know how some people are like, I don't really care about pure maple syrup. It's not very, like, you know, it's less expensive if you go with fake maple syrup like the Aunt Jemima stuff. I'm not one of those people. I'm like, I'll pay full price and get a maple syrup, like real maple syrup in bulk. Okay. Maple water. What color are you? So clear. What? It's like perfectly clear. That's kind of crazy. It honestly smells like it has a hint of maple syrup. This is really good. Okay, this one is actually exactly as described. Tastes like water. I mean, primarily, it's very refreshing tasting water. But there is a hint of maple in it, and it's like strong on the nose. Like when you go in for a drink, it smells like maple syrup. It's so good. This is really good. You guys should definitely try this. It's just, I mean, don't expect it to taste like you're drinking maple syrup. It tastes like some really good, natural, refreshing water, just with a hint of maple syrup. That's good. I mean, to be honest, I definitely love coconut water, but I would replace it with this if this became affordable. I don't remember how much I paid for this. It was probably another $2.99 thing or $1.99. Is like an introductory price. Like in the US, whenever they bring a new product in, there's usually a cheaper price so that people will buy it, taste it, get addicted, and then pay the full price to it. So I don't know what the retail price is that losing the ability to talk now. I don't know what the retail price is on this, but I probably cannot afford to make a habit out of this. And if you're looking for something that's gonna like satisfy a sweet craving, I'd maybe just go with like a candy bar. But if you're like really low calorie and you're looking for something very refreshing that's not water, like you're tired of water or whatever, I don't know, good idea. I really don't know what situation I'd buy this in. Ben says, speaking of maple water, my company once supplied it for free and they ran out every day before 10 a.m. So sad, no more free maple water. Was it this brand? That's so interesting. Ben, this is such a small world. Was it this brand? I've never even heard of maple water before I saw this in the store. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's good. It's really good. Honestly, I think I like this more than coconut water, which says a lot. Like, and I love me some coconut water. I wonder if this is good for hangovers. Because you know how coconut water is supposed to be good for hangovers? I wonder if this is the same way. It says it has less sugar, more manganese. It's naturally alkaline. I don't really know much about that. But I hear that you want your body to be alkaline, something. It has antioxidants, prebiotics, Okay, I know what probiotics are. I don't know what prebiotics are. It's just the biotic you take before your probiotic. No. It also has minerals and electrolytes. Cool, and they supply water to developing nations. Huh, this seems like a cool company. The only thing is that I'm just not sure if I'd be willing to purchase this at the price that it's at. Oh, Becca, that's actually a good idea. Just put a few drops of maple syrup in your free tap water and stir. Should I actually try that right now? Because I'm really tempted. This is really good. Okay, the more I drink this, the more I like it. It's really good. That hopefully won't become a problem. Honestly, though, if I'm going for like a low-calorie drink because I am thirsty and I don't want water or whatever, I'm at a gas station or a grocery store and we're on a road trip, that kind of thing, I probably would go with kombucha over this because I really love kombucha, and that like carbonation is so good when it's hot. But yeah, okay, let's see. Tech companies in the Valley compete to have more brands of healthy drinks to attract talents. Oh my gosh. My husband's looking for work in the Bay Area right now. And he just went somewhere yesterday where they had like free catered lunch every day. And there's a lot of Chinese people at their business, so they had like a really good selection of like Chinese food at the place. He's like, I want to work there. So I can see how that would attract people. It's crazy. The tech companies around like Silicon Valley and in San Francisco do insane things for their employees. Like there's some places that have unlimited vacation days. There are some places that have gyms inside. They have free childcare, free access to bikes, free shuttles to and from like a bunch of nearby towns. It's kind of crazy. Maple water sounds so good. Sadly, never seen it in Sweden. I've had birch water. I feel like when I think of birch water, I just think of paper. Because birch trees have like that papery texture on that side. Okay, anyways, I'll stop talking about maple water. Abe is so upset. Abe just went, and laid down. Okay, so before I say goodbye to you guys, because our time here is almost up, I want to make sure I'm scrolling up and answering all your questions. So, Valeria. Beaches, yes, in Mexico. We're considering Cabo. I really want to. Flying to Baja from California is obviously a lot cheaper than like flying out to like the Yucatan or something like that. Seattle. If Genevieve's any recommendation from Genevieve, you should probably go with because she lived in Seattle. I've actually never lived in Seattle before. I think the U District is fun for like finding lunch and for walking around. I love going to Pike Place Market if I have like, something in mind. So for example, our friends and like we were with our friends and we decided we were going to put together like some kind of like cheese board with like charcuterie and bread and all kinds of stuff. And that was really fun to put together in Pike Place. Or if you're putting together like a gift basket or trying to collect like food kind of souvenirs to take home, doing a taste test, like that kind of stuff is fun in Seattle. That kind of stuff is fun to do at Pike Place Market. Pike Place is disappointing if you are trying to not spend money. Just being honest. You gotta see it. It's fun. Skip the original Starbucks. I'll leave it at that. There's no point. There's nothing that exciting unless you're like a massive Starbucks fan. And I love Starbucks, but I've literally never been in the original Starbucks because I even saw it when the line was short. I would only go there if I wanted Starbucks because it's just other Starbucks. Let's see. Any more in Seattle? I think personally that like pier area is really overrated. Going up the Space Needle is very overrated, but it's beautiful. We went up there at sunset, and that was probably the prettiest and like best Space Needle experience I've had. Other than that, I don't really know. I know that like Capitol Hill is a fun area. Downtown is fun. Seattle's a little bit spread out, so you might want to rent a car. The public transportation is not the best in Seattle. Vancouver, BC. You should definitely go to Gastown, and you should go to that pretty natural like park area. I'm closing my eyes trying to visualize it. It's like a little bit north of Vancouver, BC, and it's like this little drive, and there's this famous like rock, and I know that sounds weird, but it's a really unique looking rock. I don't know. You'll be able to find it if you search like Vancouver Scenic Drive or something like that. The other place I'd recommend in Vancouver is, I can't remember the name of it. One day in Vancouver. Hold on. I'm looking up a blog post. I wrote a blog post about visiting Vancouver. And there's a place I went there that I really liked, and I can't remember the name of it. Hold on. Sorry. 1 second. So Gastown, and then, oh my gosh, this is gonna bother me. Granville Island. Granville Island is so cute. You should definitely go there. Vancouver blog post. I'm linking that in the chat so you can see it. Let's see if I've got any other questions that I haven't answered. Don B asks, did you or Eric ever go for a massage when you were in China? No, because I'm terrified of massage places in China. I mean, honestly, if you walk by a massage place and there is, okay, blind massage. I know that sounds really weird if you've never been to China, and we asked someone about it, and they were like, well, what are blind people supposed to do in America then if they don't do massage? Like, what do they do? And it was really interesting because I guess, like, massage is, like, a really, like, common occupation for people who are blind. And the whole reason behind it, and honestly, a lot of these blind massage places definitely employ people who are not blind. But the whole benefit is that it's supposed to be, like, make you feel more comfortable and make you know that it's not, like, a shady place, because a lot of the, like, kind of sex trafficking stuff does, or, like, you know, prostitution kind of stuff does run through massage places. I've definitely walked by massage places in China on, like, back alleys in Nanjing where there's one in particular that comes to mind where you look in and there's, like, just two women in, like, super short skirts, super tight outfits with, like, stripper heels on, like, just on their phones. So, yeah. I was a little scared to do massage in China, to be honest with you, so I didn't. But blind massage, maybe that's a good option. I know it sounds super weird if you've never heard of it before, but yeah. I like how you explained at the end. I don't know which ones are actual massage places and which ones are those dodgy happy ending or whatever. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. My mom works at American Water Company, and they regularly send their employees to fancy restaurants with ice sculptures. What? That's so awesome. Arya, do you think you're going to be going back to Beijing sometime next year? I would love to meet you. I'd love to meet you too. Maybe. It's so hard to say, honestly. With my work is completely remote. Eric's is not, and he's about to graduate and start his career. So until he's, like, settled into his career, and I'm not talking, like, months into it. I'm just saying, like, accepts a job offer, and we, like, you know, we're probably going to move to a house that's closer to wherever the job offer is. Once that all happens, then we can plan trips. I would love to go to Beijing next year. Who knows? It might happen. Valerie, I'm here taking notes. Got it. That's good. That's good. Lisa, EMP. Yeah, you should go to EMP. I think EMP is actually now called the Museum of Pop Culture. It's the same thing. I mean, it's probably not, like, quite the same, but basically the Museum of Pop Culture is, like, the new name for EMP, which used to just be music focused, but now they've got, like, the science fiction stuff too. Super fun. Definitely go check out the, like, science fiction area of EMP or whatever you want to call it. That's right. It's the really colorful building that's shaped like a broken guitar. right next to the Space Needle. Lisa says, Victoria over Vancouver for me. Victoria, sorry, I got distracted because Eric was talking. I was like, who's he talking to? Victoria is gorgeous, and if I had to go anywhere right now, Vancouver or Victoria, and pick one, I would pick Victoria, is what I'm trying to say. Wow, I'm having trouble talking now. Valeria, yes, that's the rock. Swash? I'm not sure if anyone knows how to say it. I'm going to answer one last question, and then I'm going to have to head out, you guys. I've had so much fun chatting with you all. So if you have any really quick questions, or if you have anything you want me to cover next time, let me know right now. Get that rolling. But I'm going to answer Maddie's question. Do you have any tips on bargaining in China? In the West, you usually just pay a listed price and don't discuss it at all, so the whole bargaining thing in China scares me. I am with you on that one, Maddie. I hate bargaining. I really hate it. I want you to just put a fair price on your product. I either say yes or no. That makes me the most comfortable, because then I don't want to make someone feel like I'm trying to cheat them out of something that they, I'm not trying to undervalue your product, so I always worry about that. And also I worry that I don't know, I'm not a good negotiator. I get really nervous. So I really don't enjoy doing it either. But tips for bargaining. In China, the general rule of thumb is if you're in a tourist area, so say let's just use this as an example. There's a t-shirt you want, and you ask, 多少钱, which means, how much is this? And they say, let's see if I can remember how to say this. Nope, not even going to try. Let's say they respond with 200 kwai, and you're like, no. The general rule of thumb is to go half of the price. If someone told me a t-shirt in China was 200 kwai, I would probably walk away because that's too much. Just, having a general, getting to know the exchange rate from your home country, money to China's money, knowing the exchange rate is really helpful in understanding all of that stuff. Having an understanding of how to say numbers and how to understand other people saying numbers to you is very helpful. And also, using a calculator to bargain, it works really well. So, if, I walk up and the lady's like, oh, it's 150 kwai, she sees that I'm white, assumes I don't speak Chinese, correct assumption, shows me a calculator, it says 150 on it. I can erase that and type in another number. So if I'm going half, that would be 75, right? So I would put in 75, show it, and she'd be like, don't be afraid if they make that noise, or oh, like that, trying to make you feel bad, trying to make you feel oh, you're going to undervalue my product or whatever, because it's not a genuine emotion most of the time. That's just what they do when they're bargaining from what I've learned, what I experienced. So I would try not to be too affected by any emotions that they're trying to portray to you. Don't forget that you might not ever see this person ever again. So don't worry about that. But really, yeah, going half the price in a tourist area is pretty typical. And then the other thing with bargaining is that with, if you are at a market, a wet market, and you're buying produce, so you're buying vegetables or fruit or meat or tofu or anything like that, or you're going to a grocery store, you never bargain there. Those are all fixed prices. So you might go to if it seems like someone's cheating you, feel free to leave their product and walk away, because there's another vendor right down the way that won't cheat you. But it's pretty obvious that they're not cheating you when you go to these kinds of places. If they are, it is not by much, because they weigh everything out and all that stuff. Yeah. I hope that helps you. I am really terrible at bargaining in China. Lena is freaking excellent at bargaining. She's so good at it. I cannot do it. And she also can explain that to you in Danish, if you like. So many options. Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Aryan. Thank you, Mariah. I'm so glad you guys enjoy the live streams. Thank you to everyone else, too, that was in this chat. It was really awesome talking to you. Let's see, today is Thursday, so no video on Friday. there will be a video up on Monday. Also, right after I close out this live stream, I'm going to go put a couple drops of maple syrup in some water. I'm going to stir it up, and I'm going to taste it on Snapchat. So follow me on Snapchat. That is snapchat.com/ad/ I think this is a link. I think that link works. I don't know. My username on Snapchat is Lauren Matoke. Lauren, Matoke. So go follow me on there. Bye, Thondies. Nice talking to you guys. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Let's see if I can know how to stop a live stream.